Alright guys, then we're going to make a quick video showing a couple of exercises we can do to help with tight hips. A lot of people suffer from tight hips. Generally the hip flexors, it can cause low back pain, it can reduce how fast we can sprint, it can reduce how much weight we can squat. It can just have a pretty knock-on effect on the lower extremities and of course actually the upper body too. So stay tuned and check out a couple of exercises that we're going to show you to help prevent this. So the first movement we're going to show today is the couch stretch. Couch stretch is it's a simple stretch that can be used to target the hip muscles, the rectus femoris, iliacus, and so on. So to do it, we need just a wall, preferably if you have something soft pad for your feet, or you can do it against a sofa. Hence the name couch stretch, huh? Anyway, so the first thing we do, we want to get our knee as close to the wall as possible at the bottom. Like so. Our shin goes up the wall and our toes are pointed. At this stage we get into like a lunge position, keep a nice neutral spine, and we want to sit as far back as we can into it, and we want to hold this position. Generally 30-40 seconds is quite good. You can work as high as 10 or 2 minutes if you feel comfortable enough in the position. This position isn't exactly easy to get into for most people. If you find that it's your ankle that seems to limit you, doing it on a sofa or even against a bench where your foot isn't in it so much, that can be helpful. If it's still quite difficult, what we can do, as opposed to pushing your knee as close to the wall, you can step it further away. So as opposed to being in here, take it there, touch the wall. Again, keep the nice neutral spine. Lean forward. What we don't want to be doing is to get this going forward movement, we don't want to lean into it like that. We don't want to cause that overextension of the lumbars. So this next movement is an activation drill for the hip flexors. This works really well, particularly with people who possibly stretching their hips all the time and they constantly feel like their hips are tight. They get no sort of relief from all the stretches. It just constantly is giving problems. Sometimes that can occur because the hip flexors themselves aren't necessarily tight. They're actually inhibited and weak. So the body will put it into like a protective mode, which will give the impression of tightness. Anyway, this is a simple activation drill that you can do before your training. Works fantastic before squatting, before sprinting, before deadlifting. It's very simple. All we need for it is a yoga block. So, first of all, we just want to sit with our legs out in front of us. Have the yoga block slightly to the outside of the leg. You can have it as far or as close as you want, depending on how good you are at it. We want to place our hands behind us and ensure the back is locked in position. Put slight tension in the core, and we want to flex the quad so the legs locked out straight. A nice and deep breath, and we want to lift the leg and we want to bring it over the yoga block. So we'll show that there from the side as well, just to show what way the back should be. So the yoga block's there, hands back, chest up, nice tight core, flex the quad, straight leg, nice and tight. This should be done pretty slow and it should be difficult. That movement is very different to this, where we're getting no tension in through the hip flexors whatsoever. We want to keep nice and tight. Alright, so you can do that 3 times per leg, 3 sets, and see how we get on. Hopefully this video has been helpful. If it has, like it, share it. Remember to like the page for more great tips on how to stay pain free.